Well, can we hit him? Can we not hit him? Jim Harbaugh's saying, that's my quarterback. You can't hit him.
Oh, they're going to hit him.
Oh, they went after him. Now, they only rushed for 22 yards, but Clay Matthews said, you know what? We're going to take shots at him. Second quarter, Kaepernick breaking containment here, rushing out of the pocket, heads toward the sidelines. But Marshall, what in the world is Clay Matthews thinking?
All right, listen, you can't hit him in the field of play, so I'm going to try to hit him.
Well, Clay Matthews was in bounds when he left this.
Who cares, man?
He admitted afterward he screwed
That's
up.
how the Jets won.
So here's what happens. Now we got pushing, shoving, all sorts of stuff. Now, both of these came after the third down play, so it should have then been fourth down. Now, Jim Harbaugh is wondering, why in the world is my guy, Joe Staley, getting flagged for this? So as I said, these were both after the play, both infractions on the Packers and Niners, so it should have been fourth down. Instead, they replay the down, which the NFL announced after the game was a boo-boo by the referees. So this allows this to happen to Anquan Bolden.
And I say the biggest pickup in the free agency this year, right there, in the trades right there, is Anquan Bolden giving Colin Kaepernick that weapon.
Ensuing Packers possession. How about Jermichael Finley? Beast on that play.
He balled out today.
Yeah, that 8-8 played today,
If you give him the ball, he's going to make plays.
Yeah.
5 catches, 56 yards in that touch.
Back in that day,
Third quarter tied at 14. Kaepernick looking for Anquan Bolden. And I wonder how that 6th-round pick that the Ravens got in return for him.
And look at this right here. And this is where you see Green Bay, so many design, all that funky stuff they're doing at the blitz, and they're coming out of a bunch. Look, Vernon Davis, who's a tight end that can eat up ground and get down on that safety. You see the blitzer right here. Watch, Colin, he's so mobile, steps up, and look at he keeps his eyes upfield. And that safety, because of Vernon Davis' speed, gets down on that safety. He takes Vernon Davis, and there's Anquan Bolden. How do you leave Anquan Bolden running wide open like that? What a gain he had.
That's a 30-yard gain. 2 plays later, 2nd and 5. How about Bolden with the one hand? I will take that from you.
Man, I love the way they're moving him around, putting him in a lot of positions, and allowing him to do what he does. It's almost like he's the tight end and Vernon Davis is another receiver.
You speak of Vernon Davis, the tight end, already with 1 touchdown catch. You know what, Marshall? He says he and Cap are on the same page this year.
And they are. And, you know, Kaepernick understand. They don't have Crabtree last year. And he and Vernon Davis were not on the same page the whole time. Now he's spreading the ball around between he and Bolden.
Aaron Rodgers on the same page as Jordy Nelson here. One of his 7 catches, $130. That score. Packers tied the game at 21. We got something special going on out here by the Bay. Fourth quarter, Kaepernick leveled by Clay Matthews. He's just going to walk away quietly, right?
That is taunting.
That's not taunting.
Yes, it is.
How's that taunting?
Yes, it is. That's taunting.
He made a play. Can the guys be emotional?
No, you can, but to your team.
Fourth quarter, Niners up 3. Kaepernick looking for Kyle Williams down the right side, but Sam Shields balling on this play, knocking it away.
You got to make that play if you're.
Kaepernick has to put that ball out there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he has to put that ball out there.
Well, he probably couldn't because Clay Matthews.
Yes,
all
you
over his knees
can.
on
You
that
can
one.
judge that ball better, and you can get the PI.
Hey,
understand where it's.
How about this throw by Rodgers to Jordy Nelson and the great catch on the sidelines for 37
Look at that
yards.
wonderful catch.
That's chemistry.
Feet are down. Possession of the ball.
4 plays later, it's the rookie 2nd-round pick out of Alabama, Eddie Lacy, 14 carries, 41 yards, and doing work.
Yeah, he take Roll Tide to a whole new level.
Packers up 28-24. 49ers ensuing drive. Kaepernick looking for Anquan Bolden. 43 yards on this pitch and catch. He's the first Niners receiver since in 2000 in the Jerry Rice game to get over 200 yards.
They are attacking the middle of the field with aggressive football in the passing game to match their aggressive play on defense.
And then it's Kendall Hunter, round right in for 23. The Niners only rushed for 90 yards, but do a little damage there. And then how about giving it to the guy who's got the most rushing touchdowns in franchise history?
21 reasons, baby.
That forward lean, man. Frank and that forward lean.
He's so good at it from the
Love how he get them tough yards.
So now Packers on 3rd and 4. Rodgers flushed out of the pocket, thrown to Jordy Nelson. But who's this breaking it up? Prime? Is that Namdi?
Mike, can you say who was that, Mike?
So Packers forced the punt.
Nice
Ensuing Niners drive 3rd and 5. Gore stopped shy of the first down. But they're lucky they didn't turn it over here.
Right.
That got a little dicey right there.
Made sure that ball was in the basket of Frank Gore before he let it go.
So the Niners tried to draw the Packers offside. They call a timeout. Now they go for it on 4th and 2. It's Bolden.
And this is what you love about Bolden, former quarterback. He has such a sense of timing on every play.
34-28, the Niners are a winner, but afterward, the coach still talking about that fracas early on. One-sided affair. You know, Russell Wilson, Colin Kaepernick have that eyebrow bet. You know, the loser's got to shave an eyebrow.
Well, after that beat, he should shave his whole beard, eyebrow.
Yeah, well, John Ryan's punt is blocked by Craig Dahl. Now, the Seahawks and Pete Carroll, who turned 62 on Sunday night, claiming that there was an inadvertent whistle. And so they kind of stopped.
It's their stadium.
I know.
It's not like they're the road team.
So the refs are like, sorry, man, that's the way it rolls. Ensuing Niners possession, Colin Kaepernick to Vernon Davis with Paul's tit. I'll take that, says Earl Thomas, and that Legion of Boom secondary.
Big play right there.
He threw into a cover two. Threw into a cover two. Corner out there sitting. Nice play.
Speaking of boom, a lot of thunder, lightning. They cleared the field for an hour. That was the second game of the day that was delayed an hour.
That would be hard for me to get back motivated. Go back out there after an hour.
Well, they had to. Second quarter, scoreless. Kaepernick to Frank Gore. That's incomplete, but here's the problem. Bruce Miller's called for holding in the end zone. We know what that is.
Safety.
Say it like you know.
Yeah, safety.
There we go, guys. See, here it is. That's pretty clear holding, right?
That's tackling.
Tackling. So we've changed the rule to tackling in the end zone, which is okay if you're on defense, not on offense. Next Niners possession, Kaepernick scrambled, stripped by Cliff Averill. KJ Wright recovers. 4 turnovers on the night for the Niners. They had all sorts of problems.
So much love last week for him sitting in the pocket and getting rid of that ball.
Led to a Hauschka field goal and a 5-zip lead. And then
not happening.
Marshawn Lynch. Now, this is on the read option, so you are allowed to hit the quarterback, correct?
Yes, and they hit Russell right now.
Ahmad Brooks delivering the blow, and Pete Carroll saying that is a flag. And Jim Harbaugh saying, not this week.
Here's the key right here for me, guys.
Yeah, that's the key right there for me, too.
Anquan Bolden, 13 catches for 208 last week. What happened on Sunday?
They didn't get that out, but they just didn't make those same plays. I talked about that on game day morning. This is a physical group. Defensive back playing a physical receiver.
Well, the Niners were frustrated all evening long. Third quarter, Seahawks ball. Russell Wilson coming off his first regular season 300-yard game.
Last name Wilson.
Singing any tunes for Doug Baldwin? 51-yard game?
Yep. I love this kid, man.
Yeah, he's boxy.
He seems like he's always in control.
Then second and goal, 6 plays later, Lynch, 43 yards last week in the win over Carolina. Right around the century mark on Sunday night. It's 12-zip. Niners trying to get back in it. Kaepernick.
Now, this is what Cap does. This is fascinating right here. Look how he hits this corner and gets around this corner, man. That is sneaky fast and sneaky scary.
28 yards on that scramble inside the Seahawk 30. 4 plays later, Kaepernick. Keeping the play alive. They can't get 6. They had to settle for a Phil Dawson 3, so they are down 9. They're still in this one, but they really struggled moving the ball against the Seattle defense.
His name is Russell.
3rd and 28. Wilson to Zach Miller, well shy of the first down, but look at this. Personal foul on Alden Smith. What's going on?
Come on now.
Listen, man. The ref got to let that go.
Listen, all the holding and scrapping that's going on.
That's nothing.
You don't know how many times he told him to stop. Don't do it.
Man. That's nothing.
Leave it alone.
4th quarter.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Marshawn Lynch hot out of the backfield. Ooh.
No. A little salt in the wound right there talking about you 49.
Alcohol in the wound.
So that made it 19-3. Next Niners possession.
One of the best in the game.
Yeah,
you can say what you want. You can say what you want about this kid.
You like him.
He make plays, man. He walks the walk and he talks the talk.
So Chancellor, Sherman, Thomas, all with an INT on the night. Number 99 did play Sunday afternoon for Jim Harbaugh, who faced his old college quarterback at Stanford. Andrew Luck went 20-5 as the starting quarterback under Harbaugh. Vernon Davis a scratch with a hamstring, and Jerry Rice was suiting up. Apparently, you can still
got it.
You still got it, too.
He still can run. I'm telling you, Jerry thinks he can put on a uniform right now and go.
As for Alden Smith, 5 tackles, no sacks on the day. Hey, Trent Richardson traded midweek from the Cleveland Browns to the Indianapolis Colts. First carry, Marshall?
Oh, yeah, touchdown. This is just a great addition, and I'm going to tell you, the Colts ran the ball well with he and Ahmad Bradshaw, and that brought that extra defender in the box, and they were able to exploit some things on the back end.
Richardson, 13 carries, 35 yards in that score. Colin Kaepernick, second straight shaky game, trying to keep the play going.
Where's Alex Smith? They're trying to keep that thing going because no one's open.
They punted 7 times on this day, did the Niners. Third quarter.
Seen it before. We game planned you. We scouted you, baby. We got this.
7 carries, 20 yards. Not the dynamic rusher that we saw last year as number 7. Colts next possession on 3rd and 9 from their own 9. Andrew Luck, not great stats, but hits the old man, Reggie Wayne, Michael.
Man, look at Reggie Wayne, man. Still making plays, doing his thing.
What was wrong with Carlos Rogers right there?
This is when you think somebody else is going to make the tackle, and you assume it, and no one makes the tackle.
Patrick Willis left the game, injured groin, did not return. Fourth quarter, Kaepernick sacked 3 times on this day. Down just 6 at that point, so they're still in this. Led to a punt. Colts ensuing possession. Luck on 3rd and 4. Incomplete to Darius Hayward-Bay. However, penalty. Defensive holding on the Niners. Coach Harbaugh can't believe it. The Niners fans.
Whenever you see the defensive back look around, he did something.
Now you're talking about Ahmad Bradshaw. Here he is, Marshall.
Yeah, and they ran the ball. Listen, we were talking about the Colts offensive line. Okay, they play soft. They're not like this. When you put different kind of runners, Ahmad Bradshaw is healthy now. Took a lot of the preseason off, was on the pup list, and now they were physical today against the San Francisco 49ers. Who seemed like they hadn't recovered from Seattle's beatdown.
He had 95 yards on the day. Luck took it in from there, and the Colts running away with it up 20-7. Then Colin Kaepernick dropped by Jarrell Freeman. Colts end up recovering. Kaepernick completed less than half his passes, 13-27 for $150 and an INT plus that fumble.
Wow.
So the Colts are going to give it to Luck, to Richardson, to Ahmad Bradshaw. I will take it in from there. They win it by 20. Huge road win.
Thursday night football tonight, as Marshall and Kurt were part of many former Rams. There's Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Orlando Pace here tonight. Eric Dickerson was here tonight. Jackie Slater was here tonight. Kaepernick would man the offense that had a defense tonight without Patrick Willis and Aldon Smith. And Robert Quinn went hunting with the Rams drawing first blood, going up 3-0, and Quinn Kaepernicking. And Colin, however, would have the final say. Certainly the final say began in the second quarter, still 3-0. Midway through the second quarter, Colin Kaepernick from the pocket goes and finds Anquan Bolden making a play down the sideline right there for 42 yards. Cortland Finnegan, the Rams said, hurt his thigh and would leave the game. And on 3rd and 19, here's Bolden making a play on Finnegan around the corner and into the end zone right there.
Well, he's hard to cover one-on-one. He's big and he's strong. He'll separate, and that was reviewed, and it was close, but that's his first touchdown. 49ers on the board.
And that was Finnegan's last play of the night, 7-3. Next Rams possession, 3rd and 1, and Sam Bradford going up top for all of it, and it's a tip pass from Tremaine Brock to Dante Whitner, who makes the grab in the end zone.
Tip drill.
Very active safety, was around the ball all night. This is just a straight hustle play. Go to the ball and good things happen, kid.
And then with 44 ticks left in the first half on 3rd and short, they were ruled it a first down, but the booth buzzed down and said it's actually 4th and inches, and this is what happened.
Frank Gore had a night, Rich, and we said it. That's all Kaepernick needed was for Frank Gore to run the ball well, offensive line to get the line of scrimmage, and then he would do well, and that's what happened tonight.
14-3 at the half, and then the second half, different half, same old story. Vernon Davis coming back from injury. Kaepernick finds Vernon Davis in the end zone. 21-3, the 49ers go up and win it by the final of 35-11. So Colin Kaepernick gets his first ever career win on the road in the NFC West. He lost here last year. He lost in Seattle twice since then. So this is his first road win inside the division as a professional starting quarterback. And that is a big W as the Niners improve to 2-2. And Navarro Bowman got it done defensively without Patrick Willis and without Aldon Smith tonight.
The Texans and the Niners, Colin Kaepernick and his crew taking on J.J. Watt and that pretty nose that got bloodied last week. Both these teams checking in at 2-2. Matt Schaub, 3 straight weeks of a pick 6.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
That's hard to do.
That's hard to do.
Possibly.
I mean, if you try to do that, that's hard.
Yeah.
This is not
It is.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah. Tremaine Brock says, I'll take that. Thank you. That's an NFL record for Matt Schaub.
Not the kind you want, I don't think.
Now, let's take one more look at it, Prime, and what happens.
He just baited him. He baited him. He's sitting. It's like a cover two, and he's just sitting. It's a two catch. He's cluing the guy from the inside. He's just sitting up there just waiting on. He has safety help over top, and let me just jump this thing. You know what? Eric Davis jumped the same route in the playoffs. Yeah. He did with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Troy Aikman threw the same pass.
All right, second quarter, it's 14-zip. Schaub to who I think was his favorite receiver on this day, Tremaine Brock. Well, if he catches that cleanly, that's another pick six.
He did. Just a little hitch route, was a little bit late. Corner did a great job of breaking on him. Like you said, lucky that thing was tipped up in the air.
Schaub got to sit down.
All right, well, here's Colin Kaepernick, who completed all of 6 passes on Sunday night. His legs look just fine. I said 6, by the way.
6?
6 for 15.
And he's on my fantasy team.
Well, at least he got some rushing yards there. Okay, 3 plays later. Do you have Anthony Dixon on your fantasy team?
No.
Well, your fantasy team must stink, man. 21-zip at that point at halftime. Third quarter, the Texans are down 24-3. Schaub looking for Garrett Graham.
Give it up.
But it's Tony Gerard Eddy. Look at the big fella. No way a guy wearing that number should put his hands on the football.
Ain't nowhere a guy wearing that number should put his hand on the football.
Schaub's third INT of the game, and he was pulled in the fourth quarter. Ensuing Niners possession, Kaepernick to Vernon Davis. Wide open, beating Ed Reed.
And he's fast.
No, Ed came from the safety position. Let me cover him. He was in the middle of the field. I'll give him some help on that.
34-3 is your final. All right, what about the Cardinals and the Niners? Colin Kaepernick, 6 completions last week. 6? Wow. Carson Palmer was completing a lot to the other team today, but this one to Larry Fitzgerald, who was 50-50 with a bad hammy. He doesn't look like he's got a bad hammy here.
No, at times Carson Palmer will throw into double coverage, but you got to give it a shot because Larry Fitzgerald is your only valuable receiver out there.
6 catches, $117, and a score for Fitz. Second quarter, Palmer dropped in the end zone. We call that a
safety.
Okay, good. See, somebody up here knows. I had no idea what they call that. So it's 8-7. 8-7. All right, it's now 15-14. Kaepernick to Vernon Davis for the score.
And you talked about those tight ends. There's another one right there. You put your best guy on him because he's fast.
7 catches, $171, and 2 scores for him. Third quarter, Carson Palmer to Michael Floyd, the second-year kid out of Notre Dame. That's a good pitch and catch.
Nice throw.
Cards would fail in 2-point conversion, so they're still down 2. Then Palmer looking for Fitzgerald, and he got it, but he kicked it. Somebody loses it. It's on the carpet, and the Niners recover. 4 turnovers on the day for Arizona. Ensuing drive, Jim Harbaugh, 4th and 1. What do we do at the 34? Do we go for it? Do we kick? We're going for it, and it's Bruce Miller up the middle. Who loved the call?
I love the call.
I love the call.
Frank Gore? No.
Good for me. Good for me. And then it's Kendall Hunter. He's a nice changer.
He is a nice change of pace back. Doing a great job spilling for Frank Gore.
And then after the TD, that's Teron Matthews.
He kept running.
That's your guy.
Slamming Hunter to the turf, and here comes Anquan Bolden, the former Cardinal.
The badge ain't back.
Hey.
Niners get another victory as they improve to 4-2.
The former quarterback getting his quarterback ready for right now. After the 49er timeout, 3rd and 7. Kaepernick has it on the run. And inside the 10, Kaepernick is going to reach the end zone. That's a touchdown, 49ers. Ready to go. Second down from the Tennessee 25. Walker, sideline, and it's intercepted. He underthrew Washington, and Tremaine Brock has the San Francisco takeaway. And Brock will get knocked down at the 45 of Tennessee by Delaney Walker. Kaepernick is going to run. And he's got a first down headed out of bounds. Frank Gore straight ahead, plowing through the pile. Touchdown 49ers. Gore, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. That's 2 today for Gore. They have not been able to hit the big play at all tonight. Down the field. Here we go for Washington, who has it. C.J. Spillman comes in to take over at safety, the special team star. Chris Johnson on a screen, has a little room. And Chris Johnson's in 49er territory. And there he goes. Chris Johnson is going to have a Titans touchdown. So they used all their timeouts, Tennessee, but they're in position to get the ball back. Just under 6.5 to play. Andy Lee with a pressure kick, driving Darius Renard to the 11. And he fumbles the football. There's a flag down. The ball is into the end zone and recovered by San Francisco. Osgood with the touchdown. The 49ers improved to 5-2. Tennessee now 3-4.
Niners and the Jaguars, second game of the season at Wembley Stadium. Sharon! Chad Henne and the Jaguars averaging just over 10 points per game. That's over 5 fewer than the 2008 0-16 Detroit Lions. First quarter, Niners opening drive. It's Frank Gore up the middle. Sharon! 19-yard touchdown. Gore 71 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns on the day. How about Colin Kaepernick? Jaguars on defense had no answer for he and the Niners offense. 3rd and 9 from the Jaguars 48. Kaepernick scrambles left, gets a 9-yard first down. Niners have changed their offense a little bit the last couple of weeks, get Kaepernick going more in the running game. 4 plays later, 2nd and 9. It's Kaepernick, runs left, 12-yard touchdown, capping an 8-play, 80-yard drive. 2 drives, 2 straight touchdowns. Doesn't matter if it's San Francisco or across the pond. Second quarter, Niners next possession, 3rd and 9 from the Jaguars 33. Kaepernick again, scrambles left, 17 yards and another first down. 2 plays later, it's 2nd and goal from the Jaguars 2. Kaepernick, is he going to keep it? Play action. Vernon Davis, there he is. Might want to cover that guy. 10-play, 72-yard drive, 14-0 San Francisco. Still second quarter, they're up 21-zip. Off play action again. Vernon Davis wide open for a gain of 19 yards. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and goal from the Jaguars 9, the 6th play of the drive. Kaepernick decides, this one I'm going to get in the end zone myself. Runs left for 9 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns through the air for Kaepernick. 4th quarter, Jaguars ball, 2nd and 10 from their 39. Chad Henne looking for some kind of positive to go through this game. Over the middle to Mercedes Lewis. However, it is stripped by Patrick Willis. Returned by Dan Skuta for a 47-yard touchdown. This is one of those plays that took like 45 years to develop. Somehow he gets down into the end zone. Niners win in a rout, 42-10. Kaepernick, 10 out of 16 throwing the football with those 4 touchdowns.
Good one by the Bay. Panthers have won 4 in a row. Niners 5 in a row. Cam getting a good look at.
You just can't say Cam. You gotta say Cam.
Alden's back. Yeah, Alden Smith, first time since week 3. Vernon Davis, tough day for him. The catch, the drop, ruled incomplete, and then left with concussion-like symptoms.
I got to have him back.
Still in the second, Panthers down 9-zip, but Cam, go ahead.
Whoa.
Cam.
There you go.
All right. It's Brandon LaFell for 17.
Like
5 plays later, it's D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah, is he from Memphis?
Man, this guy can get it done, man. They give him the rock. D'Angelo Williams can get it done.
I mean, they got 3 guys that can get it done. Stewart, Tober.
Someone
he can go to the house from 6.
On to the 4th. Panthers down 9-7, 3rd and 6. Whoa, Cam.
Cam making things happen, baby.
That's 100 straight games for the catch for Steve Smith.
Steve Smith is a dog.
Led to a Gano 53-yarder and a 10-9 Panthers lead. Now, Colin Kaepernick, another game under 100 yards passing.
And
gets tripped up by Charles Johnson.
And under duress all day, too.
And here again.
He's playing against a pretty darn good defense, by the way.
Sacked a career high 6 times on the day. Still in the 4th, Jonathan Stewart. He can get it done, but
not right here.
No.
Hang on to the ball, boy. He's lucky his teammate picked it up.
That's right, Mike Tolbert. I told you. See, all the running backs can handle the rush. Just one has
This
to
is a
recover it on
4-minute drill. Keep the clock running and hang on to the football. Stay in bounds.
Hey, Dante Whitner's going to be seeing that in his sleep. He had the ball in his hands, and he just couldn't wrap it up. Panthers will be forced to punt. Under a minute to go, though.
Don't do it.
Yep.
He did.
Picked off by
Go down.
Drayton Florence.
Go down. How is 2 men in the same place?
Great question.
For the 49ers.
Somebody ran the
wrong route.
So the Niners, a loser at home, 10-9. For the first time since that Super Bowl loss to the Ravens, Colin Kaepernick, remember last year, beat the Saints by 10 in his second NFL start.
Yep.
Drew Brees, almost 50 points, more than 600 total yards last week in that big win over the Cowboys. Second quarter, Saints up 7-zip. Lance Moore back to receive the punt. Uh-oh. It's recovered by Bubba Ventrone.
Oh,
Bubba Ventrone.
Hey, Bubba. Bubba Gump. Shrimp down in New Orleans. Why not? 49ers next possession. Kaepernick to Anquan Bolden, who just plays huge in this stadium.
Doesn't he? You know, in Anquan Bolden and Vernon Davis are the only guys that received touchdowns from Kaepernick.
Yeah, Bolden's
did it again.
third this year. Now, this is the big play.
Big play
Corey
of the game.
White picks it off.
Look at the
Looks
hustle.
like he's got a pick six. Look at Kaepernick.
Look at the hustle by the guy from Nevada.
So we got the ball flying out of the end zone. It is ruled a touchback on the field. Now, of course, every scoring play and every turnover is reviewed. So what happened here, Coach?
Well, they're going to try to see if it's down by contact, but he was touched certainly, but they couldn't tell if he was juggling the ball or not. This was good hustle by Kaepernick. It is clearly a fumble out of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, Niners on the 20.
Ruling on the field stands. Great job by referee Mooch. Good job.
Very good job.
All right,
why are we showing this?
It's a big player, boo-boo, and the cornerback should have held it with one hand. He would have never fumbled.
Yeah, with the huge run back, 82 yards all the way down to the red zone. It would lead to a Jed Collins touchdown, giving the Saints a 14-10 lead. But Kaepernick trying to engineer the comeback. What do we got? Almost picked off by Chris Carr. Next play, Kaepernick. It's not Jordan Cameron. He's with the Browns. It's Cameron Jordan. He's with the Saints. Kaepernick, 10 of 19, 64 yards going into recess. Third quarter, Saints up 4 and with the ball on 3rd and 4. Brees looking for Jimmy Graham, but it's Ahmad Brooks.
Got all day to throw. Got all day to throw.
Last year for a touchdown.
All day to throw, man. You got
Look at
all
Ahmad
day.
Brooks. I'll take that. Thank you.
Somebody tackle him.
That's a bad decision by Brees.
Well, he fumbles it, but gathers it at the 22. One more look at it. Look at the athleticism.
Yeah, you remember last year he had a pick 6 in that game, helped the Niners win.
2nd and 15 on the ensuing drive. Kaepernick to Vernon Davis. You mentioned it, Mooch.
There it is. He was healthy. He had the concussion last week, but he's back healthy, and he scores.
His 8th touchdown
Jump
catch
shot,
this
too.
year. Add in the three-pointer that, well, we won't. But the Niners do get a 17-14 lead. So now, Saints' next possession, 4th and 4. Sean Payton, the mad scientist, he's going
Why
for it.
not?
Of course he does.
But it's incomplete, intended for Josh Hill, so the 49ers take over at their own 40. Fourth quarter, Niners with the ball and leading by 3. 3rd and 9, Kaepernick looking for Vernon Davis, and
No.
so they'd settle for a Dawson field goal and a 6-point lead. But here come the Saints. 3rd and 1 at the 32. Brees. Marcus Colston, who became the Saints' all-time leader in receiving yards.
3rd and 1 play action.
Nice throw.
Led to a Garrett Hartley field goal. So the Saints down 3. Next Niners drive. Kaepernick to Frank Gore, and he's what? No!
Oh, that was a big one right there.
Oh, one more look. Just
he might go for 50 yards.
Oh. Kaepernick's going to be seeing that one in his sleep, if he sleeps at all after this one. 3rd and 2, though, for the Saints. Brees sacked by Ahmad Brooks. The fumble's recovered by Patrick Willis, but we got a problem, Mooch.
Yeah, you know, he hit him up top, but watch on the way down now. It's a horse collar. He drives him by the neck and the face mask and the whole thing. 15-yard penalty, first down, Saints.
Well, he ducked. Jim Harbaugh, none too pleased. Kaepernick trying to tell his defense, have a little heart. In the meantime, Brees a little bloodied on this one, but undaunted because it's Brees to the rookie, Kenny Stills. Does he have it?
No, he's come up big now in the last several games, but he's not to be on that one.
Led to a Hartley field goal. We're tied at 20. So Sean Payton telling the crowd to get into it, and they do.
Almost a safety.
Almost a safety. Kaepernick gets it away.
He wants a safety.
Yeah, he did. He did. He wanted it. Should it have been called a safety, Mooch?
It's close. I don't know. It's so close. We need a replay on the goal line, don't we?
So now 3rd and 19, $1:56 to go. Kaepernick. He's got those sweet feet. Can he get 19? He go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not going to count. He gets 16. So they got a punt. Lining up to punt, Darren Sproles.
Don't do it.
No. Boy, he didn't see the fair catch signal.
Yep. On Kasim Osgood, one of the better special teamers in the league, too. 3 plays later, Brees, Colston again at 20, and they are in field goal territory with under a minute to go. Next play, it's Brees who threw for 305 to Jimmy Graham. He's inside the red zone. We're talking business. So now the Saints, with just a few ticks left, the struggling Garrett Hartley. They brought in kickers this week. Got it.
That's the good news. The game has ended. 27-6 was the final. Let's take a look at what went down. There's RG3. Did a little chest bump with Santana Moss. Colin Kaepernick playing in the cold weather. And Kaepernick getting a little going in the first half. Kaepernick
I see
to
you,
Anquan Bolden. How about that catch?
Picked it right off his head.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Darren Sharper, our colleague, would say peanuts. I still don't know what that means, but that's what he says.
Well, here's Cap again.
That's a laser shot.
It was a laser, but he was actually late. Anquan, with those big, strong arms and hands, just yanks it out of the air. It was pretty.
49ers take a 7-0 lead. Kaepernick again looking for Anquan Bolden. Perry Riley. Could have had that.
Could have changed the game. 10-10 would have looked nice there.
In comes Robert Griffin III in this Redskins offense, and he was off to a rough start early in the game like we've seen so often this year.
This one not his fault, though. Robinson stopped, gave up on the play a little bit. RG3 had enough arm to get it out there to get it to him.
I'll show you a little later in the show where that was Robinson's all fault.
Well, on the next drive, this was his fault. Dante Whitner picks it off. The 49ers have to settle for a field goal after turnover. You can see that RG3 gets waylaid there.
Alden Smith.
All right, second quarter. Griffin again pressured. This time he takes off and gets smacked by Justin Smith.
That was one of those hits I was telling you about, Dan. I mean, waylaid. That's the word that comes to mind. Or is that two words?
I'll give you one.
It's a hyphen. It's a hyphen, right?
Kaepernick again to Vernon Davis. D'Angelo Hall hits him, recovered by Brandon Merriweather there. So the Redskins take it over at the 49ers. 49. Taking another look at this thing, you can see Josh Wilson
got away with one. Got away with one there. But look at the score, 10-6 in the third quarter. This is a ball game at this point in time.
Well, there's Josh Wilson. This is Josh Morgan, who was supposed to be on the receiving end of this pass. Until we look at it once again, you can see this time RG3 gets kicked in the nether regions.
Oh, yeah, that's the old wives' tale that, like you say, you just kind of hop up and down and it makes you feel better. RG3 figured out tonight, though, that that's a falsehood.
There was no hopping here.
It just hurts.
2 plays later, hello. Oh, just short of the first down for Roy Halou. So the Redskins turn the ball over on downs. That was 4th and 2. The 49ers take over on the 40. Colin Kaepernick to Anquan Bolden. As pretty a pass as you'll see from Colin Kaepernick on this night.
And this was the drive of the game right here for the 49ers. 10-6 game, and Colin Kaepernick threading the needle throughout the drive.
2 plays later. To Vernon Davis again. 1st and goal for the 49ers. Good game for the D.C. native, Vernon Davis. Kaepernick this time. Waiting. Flushed out of the pocket.
Don't do it. Okay, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Anquan Bolden, though. I mean, so instinctive. Feel the space, find the open area, and Colin Kaepernick across your body. No problem on this one.
Right, I
Not
know.
supposed to throw across your body.
I know,
you can throw it like that.
Well, and D'Angelo Hall's like, come on, can I get some help here, please?
Yeah, it was a good 7 or 8 seconds. It was impossible to cover him forever. So the 49ers add to their lead, making it 17-6. Robert Griffin III.
Justin Smith.
Crunch there by Justin Smith. So the Redskins forced to punt on this drive. 49ers take over. Kaepernick looking for Vance McDonald and finds him for a 23-yard gain. 2nd and goal now. Kaepernick.
Layup.
To a wide open Vernon Davis. And the 49ers beat the Redskins 27-6. And this was one that the Redskins are going to be remembering for a while, especially Robert Smith, who gets sacked by Alden Smith again. Robert Griffin, rather. RG3, he just couldn't get anything going on this night. Trying to use his legs, trying to use the stiff arm. He did not get any help from his offensive line, and you could clearly see the frustration. 27-6 the final. The 49ers beat the Redskins. The Skins dropped to 3-8. The 49ers improved to 7-4.
All right, let's head out west. San Francisco and the Rams, and they were getting a little chippy even before this game. I don't know what was going on here.
They're saying hello.
Okay. And we say hello for the first time this year to Michael Crabtree, guy who tore his Achilles back in May. And now he's back the first day of December. Pretty good. All right, first quarter. Let's see how he would impact the Niners offense. From midfield, Colin Kaepernick looking for Crabtree, and it's incomplete, but we got PI, offensive PI.
You can't just run through him, Crab.
That's all right. Next drive, Kaepernick to Michael Crabtree. That's a gain of 8. What's he going to do to this offense?
Stretch the field.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. In the third quarter, Niners up 10. Kaepernick to Crabtree.
Stretch the field.
Oh, I see you. I see what you did there.
There you go.
Okay, gain of 60. He had 2 catches for 68 yards.
There you go. Get down.
Fourth quarter, Rams not doing anything after putting up a combined 80 points in their last 2 wins. They're down 16-6. Kellen Clemens, looking a lot like Kellen Clemens, looking for Stedman Bailey, and that's not going to get it done. Clemens 19-37 for 218 and a score. Next play, lining up for the punt or the fake punt, which goes the wrong way.
Who called that play?
Well, didn't exactly
work. You got to pull out all the stops, right?
So next play, Colin Kaepernick, who's looking more like Colin Kaepernick these days, to Vernon Davis.
This is funny.
Right Whoa! That was nice over Janoris Jenkins.
You're not just going to jump over my head.
Uh-huh. Do you know every touchdown pass this year for the Niners has gone to either Vernon Davis or Anquan Bolden?
Every pass.
Every touchdown pass. In fact, some people raised money and did this. Oh, that's not going to feel too good.
Oh, boy.
So once again, they clinched the division with the win. And listen to Richard Sherman.
This is a glorified practice. Stand up.
This is a glorified practice, is what he's practice. We ain't talking about practice. This is a game.
That man can play the game right there.
Russell Wilson can. So can Golden Tate.
Golden Tate is a 21st century Hines Ward. That's who he is.
By the way, the penalty was on Navarro Bowman for defensive holding and was declined. Then it's beach news.
Getting in front of that.
Nobody is. Third straight 1,000-yard season for him. His 10th touchdown this year, and the Seahawks have a lead. Later on, down 9-7. Wilson to Luke Wilson. The rookie out of Rice, his first big league touchdown.
It's a nice call right there.
And the Seahawks up 14-9. Ensuing Niners drive, Colin Kaepernick looking for Anquan Bolden. Talk about some strength. Go get it.
And that's what these 2 quarterbacks do. They extend the play, they leave the pocket, and they make things happen on the scramble drill.
That was holding on Richard Sherman, by the way. We'll decline it, but take another look.
Got to make it neat. Sherman, make sure you make a great play on him. He's going to be there.
4 plays later, 3rd and goal. Kaepernick to, well, it's either for Bolden or Vernon Davis. Those are the only guys catching touchdowns from the Niners. And San Francisco has a 2-point halftime lead. Third quarter, still 16-14. Kaepernick looking for Michael Crabtree. Remember, just his 2nd game back from that Achilles. Doesn't exactly fight for the ball here. No, picked off by Byron Maxwell.
And Byron Maxwell, he's taken Brandon Browner's spot, and he played great last game, and here he is again. He's a 6th-round draft choice a couple years ago, playing very well.
All right, well, I guess that's on Kaepernick. That's on Kaepernick. All right, fourth quarter, same score. Cap, pressured. Clinton McDonald gets him for a 9-yard loss. San Francisco forced to punt. So you know who's catching punts these days. That's Golden Tate.
I like this kid, man. I mean, he's tough as they come. Not a speedster, but he's a playmaker. He's a football player.
38 yards on that punt return. They're inside the 30. So now 3rd and 8 on the ensuing drive. Wilson looking for Jermaine Kearse. This kid's got some athleticism, but he can't get that. So they had to settle for a Hauschka field goal, and they regain a 1-point lead. But here we go. You know what I haven't seen in this highlight? Frank Gore.
There he goes, the inconvenient truth.
Who said he slowed down? He's still getting it done, Frank Gore.
17 carries for a $110, keeps the clock rolling, and that would be important here.
Very important. That was very heads-up football.
Yeah, gain of 51. 3 plays later, 3rd and 7. If the Seahawks stop them, hold them to a field goal, they still got a decent chance. But no, they're moving the chains.
That's quarterback sweep all the way. Keep it in bounds, make the first down, and click off some more timeouts.
Yeah, Seattle had to use, timeouts on defense, so this didn't exactly work in their favor. Now Phil Dawson, his 4th field goal of the day, and the Niners have reclaimed the lead 19-17. So now can Russell Wilson get it done with Vernon Davis all pumped up in really a huge game for these Niners? Wilson looking deep downfield, and it is picked off by Eric Wright.
You can't fall.
And Pete Carroll, guy who once coached in the Bay Area.
Niners and the Buccaneers from Tampa. The Buccaneers, they've won 4 of their last 5 games after a rough start. Jim Harbaugh and the Niners looking to keep pace in the NFC wildcard hunt. Colin Kaepernick, 5 TD passes, 1 pick in the last 3 games. His strong play would continue. Sees nothing he likes, and he can always do this.
Very talented guy. And now we have to see what the San Francisco 49ers offense is actually going to look like when they've got the full accoutrement of wide receivers with Crabtree coming back.
Looking for Bruce Miller. Buys some extra time. That was 3rd down and 3, picking up the first down. Couple of plays later on 2nd and goal. A lot of action here for Kaepernick. Doesn't see anything he likes. And eventually Michael Crabtree going to open up, and there he is.
Nice. Still having the same chemistry he had with Crabtree last year, it seems like, early on.
Crabtree initially open, but...
Yeah. And it's called a scramble drill. We call that plastering. Jonathan Banks, a young cornerback, needs to learn how to plaster, but he had a lot of time. You know, all that shaking and gyration. It's tough to stay with a guy that long.
You are tough.
2nd quarter, 2nd down, 15. Kaepernick again buying extra time. Looking for Vernon Davis.
Did you see the flick of the wrist?
Yeah, but that was practice for what we're going to see later. Just a practice throw.
I think it's coming up right now. This might be the best throw of the day.
Yes.
The last
From his
one
own
was pretty
40,
good.
this is a 63-yard strike.
Laser.
Outside, nobody could catch the ball.
Now, how many tight ends can you see beat a safety in a running down the football field catching a post route? Vernon Davis is probably one of maybe 2 or 3.
Well, he's only,
how many guys can do this?
I ran a 4.2 at the combine, so
Yeah.
4.3 something. So, yeah, I'd say he'd qualify.
Full speed into the wall, had a hard time making it
Running
to
so fast.
It did remain in the game, exactly. Next Buccaneer drive.
A little showmanship.
Mike Glennon. To his left, there's Timothy Wright. Got him for 26.
Timothy Wright coming into his own, made some plays today.
But who is his favorite receiver?
Oh,
B-Jack.
Yes, sir.
Vincent Jackson having a nice season. Plenty of time for Glennon.
Nice.
Boy, he drove that thing in there.
That cut the deficit to 10 at 17-7, heading into the halftime locker room. Into the 4th quarter now. Buccaneers trailing 20-7. Here's that man again, Timothy Wright. Stepping up into a nice pocket, got him for 24.
When you evaluate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're as talented up and down that roster as any team.
Oh, no question.
In the NFL.
Yeah, they got question marks at quarterback, and he's a nice young piece.
Well, he's playing well. He's shown promise.
He's shown he can manage a game.
Mm-hmm. Look at Colin Kaepernick there. That was 3rd down and 12, getting the extra time and the athletic throw to Michael Crabtree.
When I watched this on that last play, Jamie, though, the talent, it seems as though it needs to be coached the right way, because when you have all that talent, you should not have guys busting coverages like that, having guys running wide open like that.
Like Kaepernick there.
That was more 3rd down success. 3rd down and 6. He gets 10. Led to a field goal to make it 23-14. Bad sign when you're showing these special teams. Wow.
Trying to get a little cute.
There you go. Back
Eric
to
Page and Russell Shepard botched the exchange there. And
you know who's the special teams coach down there?
Who's that?
Wannstedt.
Is he?
Yes.
Teams guy.
Yes, he is.
Kendall Hunter with the touchdown there, and the Niners. 33-14.
Warren Sapp said something very interesting about this team. Tampa would find out today what it was like, how far they were from the bottom of the NFC wildcard picture.
Okay.
And I think that game showed you they've got a little ways to go. They've got a talented team, to your point. A lot of talent on the team. As talented as any team in that division. But this shows you kind of how they play today.
I would say wild card. This is a Super Bowl team.
But today, that team sits as the 5th or 6th seed in the wild card race.
Yeah, that's for this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
where they are this year.
But they weren't expecting to make the playoffs this year, so that's more of a comparison on a championship caliber team, how far away we are from them.
Final game at Candlestick Park. There we go. So many memorable moments at this historical park. Jerry Rice.
Hey.
And look who passed to him. It was Steve Young before the game. Jim Harbaugh getting ready. His 49ers would clinch a playoff berth with a win tonight. In the 2nd quarter, Falcons down 3-0. Matt Ryan, short middle to Drew Davis. The 2nd-year player takes it 59 yards to the 49er 5. That's Drew Davis's
with a mean stiff arm at the end.
Longest catch of his short career. All right, then 2 plays later, 2nd and goal to Steven Jackson. But watch this hit. Boom! knocks the ball out. 2 penalty calls.
Heath
on
really
that.
liked this call. He thought this was an unbelievably good call by the official right
It
here.
was an atrocious call. Dante Hittner, listen, your nickname or your name to come after this season, you earned it on that one. Steven Jackson, I love you, buddy, but he got you.
Jim Harbaugh saying he led with his shoulder. Next play,
And
first and goal.
Steven Jackson, let me get you back, Dante. He went back to Whitner on that one, not Hittner.
And did you see Dante Whitner tried to hit him lower and missed that tackle on that touchdown? So it's 7-3 Falcons at this point.
It's 1-1 now. 1 for Steven Jackson and 1 for Dante.
And here's what we were talking about with Colin Kaepernick not getting anything going in the first half. This is a first possession taken down by Corey Peters. That was a loss of 2 yards. Here he is. He's pressured, scrambles, tries to make something happen, but he's sacked by Stephen Nichols. That's a 6-yard loss. Later in the second, his pass intended for Anquan Bolden. He did get very lucky on that one. That would happen again. 49ers trailed the Falcons 10-3 in the first half. Kaepernick only had 69 yards. Here they are in the third quarter. Osi Umenyiora gets called for defensive offsides on the incomplete pass to Crabtree. 49ers, they would get to replay that down. So here they go, 3rd and 5 on their own 22. Kaepernick to Crabtree. That time it's complete. 47 yards.
My man Robert McClain struggled to play the football for the Falcons all game long.
All right, so the 49ers now in Falcon territory. And there we go in the third quarter.
Crabtree coming up big, but that's some of the stuff that we see Colin can do. I mean, he can slice it and dice it with the best of them. Just not consistent, I would say, DJ. And then what do we know about Anquan Bolden? Get him the ball quick, he'll do the rest.
He should have flipped that ball to Vernon Davis for that block that he made. Ask it back for the fan and give it to Vernon. Heck of a block.
So it's the third quarter. We're making something happen. Colin Kaepernick rushes.
Yeah, he's fast, Amber.
They don't call him Daddy Longlegs for nothing. In the fourth
They call
quarter.
him Daddy Longlegs?
Yeah, Amber just nicknamed him.
And a 4-yard touchdown. There's Daddy Longlegs getting it in. There's a 20-10 lead now. The 49ers looking like they're running away with it. Take another look. He audibles at the line of scrimmage, takes the snap, and heads right on in. Ooh. Nice little head first dive. So the Falcons on the ensuing drive, it's 1st and 10. Matt Ryan finds an old target in Roddy White.
Good adjustment there at the end by Roddy White. Just kind of leaning into the defender and then bending away at the last second. Old pro, still does it well.
Mike Smith thinking, so you're saying there's a chance.
Until this.
Until this happens. Kendall Hunter, 45 yards, finally taken down at the Falcons 2. So it's 1st and goal for the 49ers. And 2 plays later, Frank Gore up the middle.
Good luck slowing that one down from that point in the field, Heath.
Our producer, Andy, he did not like that touchdown score because I think he just lost his, fantasy football league he's playing in, DJ?
Don't act like you don't play.
Well, Matt Ryan trying to keep things alive here to Roddy White. He keeps the drive alive. 8 plays later, it's 1st and goal. And there's Tony Gonzalez. 2-yard touchdown.
This is where Jim Harbaugh starts breathing a little heavy here.
Ahmad Brooks was called for roughing the passer. So here we go. It's a onside kick, and they recover.
Jason Snelling.
Navarro Bowman let that thing slide right underneath him.
I don't think I've ever seen a linebacker as the actual hands guy. You see the linebackers up there to block, but
interesting place for him.
How about this handiwork? How about that handiwork? One hand.
Jason. Brad Seeley, the old special teams coach of mine.
Harbaugh is thinking, we don't want to be the team that loses the last game at Candlestick, and then he sees that happen.
Wow. Douglas, be a little bit more aggressive for your quarterback. Matt could have placed the ball a bit better, but come on, Harry.
Heath, can you sing Redemption song?
No, I can't. No? Okay. Is that a country song?
Oh, it's Bob Marley. My goodness. That was a 90-yard pick six, by the way.
Yeah, how about the effort right here just to get over and get around the football? That's what you always talk about, getting 11 hats to the ball. That's why right there. Never know when the ball is going to pop up in the air. Navarro Bowman takes it to the house.
All right, so the 49ers win it 34-24. Heck of a last game for Candlestick Park. And now the 49ers are in the playoffs. At worst, they will be a 6 seed. At best, they could still be fighting for that number 1 seed.
Clock at 2. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Kaepernick to the end zone. Bolden, touchdown. 1st and goal from the Cardinals 3. Kaepernick, end zone, touchdown, Vernon Davis. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Palmer to the end zone, touchdown, Jake Ballard. His 5th of the season. Palmer firing downfield to the end zone. Roberts has it. Touchdown.
That is a great catch by Andre Roberts. Tremaine Brock looking for pass interference. Nice no call by the officials.
Dawson from 40 for the win. His kick is good. Phil Dawson with a 56-yarder and now a 40-yard game-winning field goal in the final seconds. Jim Harbaugh's 49ers finish at 12-4, the number 5 seed of the NFC. Terrific season for the Cardinals. First year under head coach Bruce Arians. Cardinals finish at 10-6.
Here's how it all went down in Green Bay. The final game of Wild Card Weekend, just 4 degrees. Feels like -14. Feels like -14.
Feels like I want to stay home.
Kaepernick and Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers home. Colin Kaepernick, the Wisconsin native who grew up a Packer fan, playing in the field that he dreamed of playing in his whole life, and going up top. Michael Crabtree, they clearly were targeting him early on.
Early on, they went after Crabtree, but they found out when they were going after Crabtree that the refs were letting them play.
4th catch of the drive for 70 yards, and there's case in point. This was a harbinger, as my old English teacher would say. They did let him play. The Niners had to settle for a field goal in the red zone later on in the first quarter. Another moment where Crabtree's looking for a flag.
But you know what? It went both ways. They didn't just call it for Green Bay. They called it for San Francisco, too, when Green Bay's offense was out there. So the refs were consistent.
Devon House, last time we saw a house drop like that, it was on anti-M. No flag right there, though, so they had to settle for a field goal at 6-0, and Kaepernick flips one up. Tramon Williams gains more yards on this return than the Packers' offense had in the game to this point. This was a big momentum swing.
Kaepernick, too, didn't he? Yeah, that was a wonderful job by Tramon reading that place, peeking in the back.
But it got their offense started.
Yep, offense had only 1 total yard to that point. Tramon Williams on the 17-yard return sparked a drive that went 14 plays. Rodgers to Jordy Nelson to wrap it up.
Look at that. When we talk about a game of inches, I mean, that's half an inch right there, the difference between that play.
Next Packers possession, that turned into a 7-6 lead, and next to the Niners possession, Kaepernick doing what?
Kaepernick does.
Up the gut and out the gate. 42 yards. Shades of last year's divisional battle between these two teams in much warmer San Francisco. 2 plays later on the Packers 10, 2nd and 7. It's the inconvenient truth right up the gut.
I love this guy and how he runs the football. The fact that they like to do all the fancy stuff. When they want to get the dirty work done, they go to Frank Gore.
13-10 at the half. Let's go to the 4th quarter because Mike McCarthy's calling a play on 4th down again. It's still 13-10. Aaron Rodgers, a la Eli Manning of the Super Bowl in 07, gets out and finds who else is the guy on 4th down that you go to. Yeah. Randall Cobb, big-time play for the exception of the fact that back in the pocket, Ray McDonald was mugged. No flag.
I mean, that's holding in the worst way.
Yeah, but this Randall Cobb has a knack for finding an open spot when he feels Aaron Rodgers is in trouble.
It's a whole lot of holding going on.
No flag.
It's the way to let him play.
2 plays later, John Kuhn. The up man. Wait, let's check on the Lambeau lead. Let's check on the Lambeau lead.
Yeah.
John Kuhn's going.
It's frozen.
It's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Hey! He had his head down. It would have been Gus Frerotte all over again.
Yeah.
Good thing he had it. He should have put some de-icer on his wings. Good thing he was looking at what he could hit. Keep your head up when you're Lambeau leaping, kids, is essentially what you're saying. 3rd and 4. Kaepernick's out the gate again.
This is a great play call.
24
badly
yards.
Executed by the Green Bay Packers.
87 rush yards for number 7 at that point in time. Next play, fresh set it down to the 28. Vernon Davis held in check, no more, touchdown.
Good job by Kaepernick.
That was a good throw by Kaepernick.
Yeah, really looked off to say came back to Vernon Davis, and it was an anticipatory throw. Lets it go early enough. Right there.
Threads the A.J. Hawk, Morgan Burnett needle. Jim Harbaugh's giving you the man points. It's 4 degrees, and he's still wearing khakis. Here comes Aaron Rodgers. Next drive, 3rd and 5. It's the 80th chain-moving sidearm flip of wild card weekend, it seems.
This was a physical football game.
8-yard play to Kuhn, first down. Rodgers buying time, 2nd and 2, all sorts of time. It's Randall Cobb again.
He knows how to uncover.
Why don't DBs understand you need to break down in today's game? You can't just hit the quarterback like that.
25-yard gain, but Eddie Lacy chilling on the sideline inside the 10. It's 3rd and goal now. Rodgers trying to buy time, and time runs out.
That play right there is what won this defense the game. If you understand, they holding them to a field goal.
There was a hold called on that play, but it was declined. They settled for a field goal tie game. 5 and change to go, and that is when Kaepernick started winging it around almost to the detriment to his team as Micah Hyde almost picks this thing off.
Opportunity knocking.
That's the difference between good.
Instead, Crabtree getting new life. Move the chains, and then Frank Gore over the middle. First down. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Only 2 timeouts left for Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers beginning to feel colder. Phil Dawson trying to warm up and swing his leg. 3rd and 8. $1:12 to go. Kaepernick breaks contain.
Again, great defensive call. Badly executed by the Green Bay Packers.
They love to play that press coverage. That guy can run.
3rd and 3, Frank Gore picking it up. This is power. First down with 50 ticks to go. Green Bay out of timeouts.
Meant that they didn't have to kick it right then and there, and they could just ice it.
And that's what the 49ers did. They let it run all the way down to 3 seconds. Jim Harbaugh still, again, wearing khakis as Phil Dawson boots the 49ers through to the divisional round and to Carolina next weekend, bouncing the Green Bay Packers, who had quite an eventful season. They did win the NFC North despite missing Aaron Rodgers in weeks 10 through 16. But despite Eddie Lacy and Aaron Rodgers' best effort with Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb on this day, Colin Kaepernick with 227 yards passing and almost 100 yards rushing. Michael Crabtree coming up large and in charge for the 49ers, who move on. The 5 seed advances to Carolina.
Let's take a look at the highlights, shall we? The Niners and the Panthers. There he is, Colin Kaepernick. All he has done in the postseason is win almost every time. He's 3-1. Cam Newton.
Tough to cross that goal line. I mean, it was some tough 4th down defense, some goal line defense. What you expect out of 2 extremely well-coached defenses.
And what would you expect out of the gambler? Riverboat Ron decides to go for it.
For that play, after the 3rd down, Cam came to the sideline and said, I can get it.
And your left guard's going to get stuff. And that's basically what happened is that, we've talked about your numbers show quickly if you're an offensive lineman, you're not going to
do to the bad knee, but that's a perfect pass. One of those indefensible passes.
Now, here's what's interesting. He's pointing to the knee saying, okay, everything's fine. No, but I'm saying, but.
When they get the ball back for 20 yards, what a great catch by Crabtree.
Yes. Say they had the best hands ever.
They would look at this thing and see that clearly Vernon Davis had both feet in bounds. So Harbaugh was right. Kaepernick was right. That was a great drag there.
Yeah, it was. Great presence by Vernon Davis to know where he is on the football field, but also a nice throw by Kaepernick. A lot of times quarterbacks will sail that ball or throw it too far out of bounds, and the receiver can't get his feet in bounds.
So that's a 49er lead, and the Panthers are forced to punt on the drive.
And here again, that's 2 sacks in a row, consecutive. You got to understand, we got to get the ball back.
Yeah.
There's 4 minutes left in the game. We got to get the ball back.
23-10 is the final. Colin Kaepernick, solid. Frank Gore doing what he does. Averages almost 100 yards per game in the postseason. Anquan Boldin, the star of the day for the Niners. If it's not Crabtree, it's Boldin. If it's not Boldin, it's Vernon Davis in the postseason.
Exactly. Think about what the Baltimore Ravens are thinking now. But you look at this bracket, this is what we thought. To all the San Francisco 49ers fans who are at home sitting on the couch saying, where are we going next? You are going to Seattle, people.
You asked for it, you get it.
Best. It's Rich, it's Dion, it's Marshall, and we have right here the paperwork. We have a highlight between the San Francisco 49ers and Subs. What a game this was. An absolute classic. Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, Legion of
That's
Boom,
my man.
Richard Sherman, Pete Carroll. Pre-game, they didn't even want any shenanigans with these 2 teams. Look at that wall of officials. that they had there. And just in case anyone's wondering, it was a non-pleat khaki and cleats. First play of the game, a disaster for Russell Wilson. Aldon Smith just goes right in on him, sack, force fumble, and recovery, the trifecta. And that is the way the game started. First championship game to start with a turnover since, Marshall, your championship game against the Rams.
Yeah, let me talk about this game, though, Rich.
Okay.
I think that shook him up a little bit because it took him a while to kind of get going.
Well, the defense picked him up, kept Kaepernick and the Niners out of the end zone. It was the only points that they've allowed on the first possession of an opponent all season long. And it was the first lead Colin Kaepernick's had in Seattle, 3-0. That just scored to start the second quarter, 3rd and 9. What do you think of this holding call?
That was a very bad call. If they're physical, let them play. Top of the route, let him go. Now you go. Fight for the ball.
Well, the fresh set of downs led to the fresh legs of Colin Kaepernick and Sherman and Crabtree. It was a little bit more than playful later on.
Yeah, they were friends, man.
And Kaepernick is out.
Oh, buddy.
First down slides.
Mama, there goes that man.
Well,
when he starts to run,
that was just
you're
12
playing
yards.
man, you could be in trouble.
That was just a cloud of dust compared to this. 58 Kaepernick yards, second level, picking him up, putting him down.
Great hustle by Chancellor. Great hustle. That's why he's a Pro Bowl.
2 plays later, 3rd and goal from the 1. Anthony Dixon up the gut. It is ruled a touchdown. However, all scoring plays are reviewed, and upon further review, Dixon is down before he gets in, and this is crucial.
Very crucial.
Because on the play that Dixon does get the gimme touchdown, Mike Iupati, one of the top offensive linemen in the game and in the league, gets knocked out.
They were not able to run the ball after Iupati went out.
This is a great play right here.
Seahawks next drive, Russell Wilson doing
what Russell Wilson does.
And 8 seconds running around to find Doug Bowe and Marshall, folks. Game day morning X.
Hey, he reminds me of Fran Tarkenton, how he extends plays and buys time. It's just amazing. And then his ability to just flick the ball down the field. It caught them off guard. Whitner didn't think he could throw the ball that far.
Paid the price as Ahmad Brooks lowered the boom there. Next play, Dan Skuta with the sack keeps Russell Wilson in Seattle out of the end zone after settled for a field goal. Wilson was sacked 4 times in the first half. Second half, different story. First possession, play action. It's Marshawn Lynch coming free, kick-starting, picking him up, and scoring. Beastquake. 40 yards, tie game.
Boy, short yardage and goal line plays like this out in the field of play. As a running back, you always know one guy gets out of position, it could be a big play.
Nice patience, nice cut, nice vision. Now go get it. Now let's run.
And then the inevitable Skittle shower. Look at Golden Tate.
Well, they bankhead bouncing in.
Look at, he wanted to get one in.
He almost lost the 2.
Almost got it in there. 49ers ensuing drive. Colin Kaepernick to Michael Crabtree. What a catch, 22 yards.
What a catch, what a throw. Now, Colin Kaepernick is capable of making those type throws.
2 plays later, Kaepernick sacked by Michael Bennett, but the ball is loose and goes to Jonathan Goodwin, who's a big man with football.
Big man dream.
What a break to keep the drive alive, and would you believe the next play, a jump throw, 26-yard touchdown to Bolden. What a throw.
If you watch, they kept rushing Kaepernick to his right, making him go left. Anytime that he gets to run right, his ability to run and throw, he's dangerous going that way.
Gets it over Earl Thomas, who could be one of the best ball-skilled jumpers in the league.
There goes that man.
There goes the X Factor.
They call special teams special for a reason.
The ensuing kickoff, Doug Baldwin, 69 yards, momentum swinging back and forth between gold and Seahawk helmets. 4 plays later, Russell Wilson pressured. Woo. Harbaugh was, he was just a highlight all day. Upset that there was no intentional grounding called. Seahawks settled for a field goal. Next drive, Russell Wilson rolling around, throws the ball away. This one was called grounding.
It's got to be past the line of scrimmage, right?
Somebody got to talk to him about this here.
And Seahawks coming out decide to go kick a field goal. After they call a timeout, though, they send Russell Wilson back on the field. Hauschka's not going to kick the 53-yarder. They decide to let's go for it. Go for it. 4th and 7. They get the free play. It's an offsides. And what do they do at the free play? They get a touchdown.
Great play.
So instead of going for the field goal, they call timeout, go back on the field, and on 4th and 7, get the free play touchdown. What a sequence. To
That's
go
great
up
coverage.
20-17 and take the lead. Harbaugh could only stand there and shake his head. 10 minutes to go. Kaepernick, 3rd and 6, rolling to his left. It's a sack, forced fumble.
Boy. You get pressure with 4 men, guys.
Michael Robinson recovers. Can the 49ers keep San Francisco out of the end zone? Well, can San Francisco keep Seattle out of the end zone? This pass went to Curse, and Navarro Bowman rips it out of his hands, and clearly before he goes down and has his right knee.
Praying for you,
in an
man.
unnatural way.
This was gruesome.
It looks like he's got the ball down on the ground, and it's not 49ers ball, much to Jim Harbaugh's dismay and chagrin. They ruled it that because of the scrum, they could not review the fact as to who got the football, even though it looked apparent that it was Bowman's ball. And after he got carted off, Seattle decided to go for the touchdown instead of the field goal. And San Francisco got the ball back anyway with 7 minutes and change to go. So Kaepernick now has the ball down 3, and it's a pick and transfer.
And that one was costly because Seattle got the ball back and ran more time off the clock and actually got a field goal right there.
So what happens next? Golden Tate on 3rd and 15. They decide to get as many yards for Stephen Hauschka. They would kick the field goal to make it a 6-point game. So Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers, with 3 timeouts to go, needed to go 78 yards for a touchdown to make the Super Bowl. And on 4th and 2, decided to go for it right before the 2-minute warning moved the chains. 3rd and 2. Minute to go in the game. Kaepernick, same throw that Chancellor picked off, except he gets it over the defense to Crabtree right there. Moved the chains. 30 seconds to go inside the red zone, going in the end zone to Crabtree. Sherman breaks it up and knocks it to Malcolm Smith to wrap it up.
1-on-1, you had a stutter goal with Crabtree. Your best guy against their best guy, you got to take a shot. And Richard Sherman came up big.
Sherman, with the game ceiling, lowered the boom from the Legion of Boom, the Stanford guy, to beat his former Stanford coach and send his current team to the Super Bowl. Gives Crabtree a slap and then a choke sign for Kaepernick. Crabtree got called 15 yards for that. As the 49ers, there's the aforementioned sign that he said was for Kaepernick after the game. The 49ers are sent packing by Pete Carroll and the Seattle Seahawks, who got one of the toughest 100-yard rushing games you'll ever see from Marshawn Lynch, and a 106-yard receiving performance from Marshall Faulk's Game Day Morning X Factor. Doug Baldwin, you are one Nostradamus, Marshall Faulk. The Seattle Seahawks, with Pete Carroll in his 4th year as coach, going to Super Bowl 48.